Hi there, it's Steve Goldinger here live at Renee Grant Williams Master Clinic. I'm here right now backstage with Bernard Porter. Bernard is the owner, I believe, of PCG Artist Development.
Yeah, PCG Nashville, which stands, Steve, for Premier Career Guidance.
That is, it's really interesting. I've heard a lot about what your company does. Can you, in just a few words, tell us exactly what your company does?
Well, just as Renee is, we're a consortium of the greatest coaching staff in the entertainment industry. We work at all levels of the industry with a lot of the superstars that you know, but we also give guidance to a lot of the emerging artists today, and a lot are represented today at Renee's class, and we always enjoy the great work we do with Renee, but we're more like the doctors of the business, like when do you do things at the right time, what do they need. So everybody is individualized, everybody has their own place, they're coming in at the right they're coming in at different levels with different skill sets, and our job is to put the right things around the artist to help them grow in the most proper way.
And I understand, I did some research on your company. I understand you sort of have like a three-tiered system depending on what level your artists, the people that come to you are at. One was the Athena program, I believe.
Yeah,
and then it goes up to...
Yes, sir, Steve. It's we have a program for the very young, because you don't just need to shove the very young people into the business, but they do need to learn basic foundations things and great things like Renee teaches these kids, and about what they're getting into, and just as much for the parents. So the parents know how to properly posture themselves, so they're not out there doing stupid things and going into things they shouldn't be investing their monies into. And then the emerging artist class is a class of artists that are within a year's time we feel could be in a place of being marketed in a mainstream world. And then we also, the pro division is just what it is.
That's where you get the guys that really have the talent to do this.
Yeah, and that's a la carte based on the need. It could be live performance coaching, it could be media training, it could be nutrition, losing weight.
So that self-help actually does play a role into, even if you want to be an artist in this business, it's the discipline.
Absolutely. You have to be healthy, you have to be a role model. If you're blessed to be in a position to be on stage, you're supposed to set an example for others with the way you handle yourself, the way you treat people, your own health and body, mind, body, soul, and being an influence on this world. God knows we need it.
I think that's a very critical part of being successful in any business.
Absolutely.
And especially in this business, and let's just talk, I don't want to take too much of your time,
no,
but let's talk about this as a business. A lot of artists don't realize, I see it being in Nashville, Tennessee, where people come in, they think they can get a record deal, and there's really no schooling that I've seen for this. If you want to be an attorney or if you want to be a dentist, there's a lot of schooling you can go through for that. If you want to fix air conditioners, they have trade schools that teach you how to do that. But I've never seen a business out there or a school out there that teaches you how to be a rock star or teaches you what you need to do to be a rock star or to be somebody in the music business to get to a level that many people want to get to. So, I mean, what are your feelings on that as far as treating this like a business?
Well, first of all, Steve, we are that school. We don't market to a mainstream audience. Most of the clients that we get are through referral from people like yourself that know the industry and know something when they see it. We don't just accept anybody. We have to feel they're meant to be doing this.
I knew that's what your business was, and that was the point I was trying to make, is that there is a school for this type of business, and once again, key word being business, treating your career as a business, which from what I've seen, I've been in this business quite some time now, and the one thing that I do have seen with many people that have come through, especially Nashville, is they're just not that serious about this, and they do not treat this like a business.
Yeah, talent alone won't get it.
That's what I've seen
Talent
many
alone won't
times.
get it. It's work ethic, determination, getting up every day and making it your job, befriending everybody. Garth Brooks, he sets a prime example from the way he treated everybody, from the receptionist.
It's funny you mentioned
the gas station attendant.
It's funny you mentioned Garth, because my name is mentioned in his book for helping to launch his career. As a matter of fact,
I didn't know that.
Garth, I used to sell promotions to country radio stations. Worked with a friend of mine, we were in business a long time, J.D. Haas, who you may have heard of in the business.
Sure.
And basically what we did is we sold promotions to country radio stations, and we would help promote the artists so they would get played on radio. Out of all the artists, and I've worked with everyone from Dolly Kenny on up, out of every artist we ever worked with, there was only one guy that was knocking on our door every morning. Please let me do this. What can I do? What can I do to get some airplay? And I remember going to the radio seminars, and he'd grab my hand saying, I want to know everybody in this room. And he was the most tenacious artist I've ever met before.
And he would remember your name. I don't care if there was 30 people in a room. He had a gift for going back around and saying, so nice to meet you. And what an impression that makes on somebody. Like, he took the time to remember me, and not only remember me, but come back before he left and say, nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you, Mr. Porter.
The guy had all the elements.
Yeah, he had a lot of class.
And
he still does.
I haven't talked to him in 15, 20 years. We used to run our promotions. We had an optional package for the radio stations, which was a trip with a famous artist. And our first one was Garth Brooks. We took to Maui.
Oh wow!
And that escalated.
Trip.
Yeah, that was a great trip. I mean, it was a trip of a lifetime for any radio listener to enter a contest like that and get to win a trip with Garth Brooks and spend a week with him on vacation on an island. But one other thing I wanted to mention, I noticed that you were sort of instrumental in the career of Jason Aldean. And the reason why I got my attention is because Renee Grant Williams has also worked with Jason Aldean as well. How did that come about?
Well, I had in a partnership I was in with the consortium. We actually handled the A&R and marketing for Broken Bow Records. We got our own imprint with them. And through that model, we had the ability to sign artists through Broken Bow. And Jason Aldean was one of those artists. Michael Knox came to me and played some sides, and we flipped it out on it and took it to Vinny, and he loved it, and the rest is history.
That's incredible. That's incredible. When I saw Renee, because she had worked with Jason when he was just starting his career, I believe, at the time. And then when I was reading some information about you, and I saw that connection, I go, wow, that name keeps coming up. And isn't that the guy that won the last 2 male vocalists of the year?
Yeah, Broken Bow has done Benny and his team have done just a fabulous job in promoting him and making the right decisions and the right music and the right singles. And Michael Knox is just a brilliant producer on top of that.
Yeah.
It takes the elements of all of that to make that success.
Well,
he's actually taking my music. Michael is.
Oh yeah, Michael's brilliant. Love it. He's like a son to me.
Well, if anybody in this town or anybody in this industry would not recognize that, it would be this guy right here.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate.
Thanks for having me today.
Hey, Renee.
You guys keep up the good
really
work.
appreciates
No,
you.
I love Renee. I'll do anything for Renee.
Bringing the 2 Steel girls with you.
Isn't she the greatest?
Class act.
She's just wonderful.
Yeah. Well, thank you, sir.
Well, no, thank you.
All right, buddy.
Thanks.
All right, man. Yeah.
Well,